Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, nice to meet you. My name is Reija. Today I'm doing you some Sheglam products again. First of all, the Ambitious Aquarius palette. It's not first impressions because I have used it already, but I just wiped the looks away. But it was not because of this palette. It was because I did something stupid. And on Friday I got my Pastel Roses order, so I used their Chameleon Flake in the shade Aquamarine on my lid. And then I used the Sheglam Foundation, Concealer, Sculpt Stick, Skinny Brow Pen, Creme Gel Liner, and the bronzer and blush. So yeah, I'm going to do you a wear test with the foundation. I will film that later today, of course. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you of every new upload. And let's go put some makeup on. Okay, let's start with the makeup. And from the intro you saw that I'm using the Sheglam Ambitious Aquarius palette today. This is not a first impressions because I have used this already. But yeah. And then I'm going to use the Pastel Roses Aquamarine Chameleon Flake Pigment. So let's go with that. So this palette is quite light. Of course it has the black to deepen it up. But we'll see what happens. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to go with this shade, and then this shade. So Original, Visionary, and Freedom. I'm starting with Chess-Up brush. This is 223 Petite Eye Blender. And I am affiliated with Chess-Up. You also get 15% off your order. I'm gonna put the code in the screen, and all the rest of my affiliated links are listed below. So I'll start with the shade Original. My lids are quite dry. I have been lacking my skincare a few days because I just haven't been feeling good. This is very beautiful color, but it's not particularly dark, as you can see. And the shadow is kikapi on the pan, but not a lot. Especially this eye is very dry from here. It backfires me every time when I stop doing skincare, so it's my own fault. Should have learned by this time that, well, this far, with 38 years with this skin, you should already know that it's going to get nasty if you don't do anything about it. Also, my eczema flare-up has come all the way to the here also. Not on the other side, just on the other side. But I think I need to use foundation to cover it up. I'm gonna put my hair down so the back of my neck doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm just slightly buffing the edge. Then I'll take a bigger brush, but not huge, big. Let's take Morphe M506 and then the shade Visionary and start to blend. So this palette, I have used it. You haven't seen any looks because I wiped them off, because it wasn't because of this palette wouldn't work. It was my mistake to keep adding stuff, keep adding more and more stuff, and it ended up looking very ugly 2 times. So then I switched the palette to start over, like from the clean table that day, and that video you have seen, it was the foolish face of Sheglam. And also in this video I'm going to use the foundation and the blush and bronzer and some stuff, because I want to do you a wear test with the foundation because I forgot to do it last time. And it's Sunday morning around 10 a.m. So I can keep it quite long on my face. So they blended very easy, very easy, and the shade is pigmented and gorgeous. And then I'll take even bigger fluffy brush. Take this one from Flyer. This is their 302 rounded blending brush, and then I'll take the shade. Actually, I think I'll take the Making Waves. This one. Like the first palette I used, what was it called? I can't, Cone or something. The purples in it were horrible. I know purples are hard to formulate, but they didn't blend at all. The blues were okay in that palette too. The purples just didn't work. Now I'm kind of scared to try the purple palette, which is Spontaneous Sagittarius, because I'm afraid that the purples in it don't work either. But of course I'll taste it. Also, sad news about Be Cosmetics failing bankruptcy, but it's the kind of that they kind of want to sell stuff and try to pay their loans with the selling the stuff, and then continuing with in a smaller business, not so big as it is now. If you want to, yeah, I'm going through the shades again, by the way. If you want to know more about it and better explained than I did, then you should check Angelica Nyqvist's video of it. I love this. They blend very easily, and I'm not sure if the first palette that I used in the the video before it, maybe it was an older formula. than they have now, and it's not as good. Because you can see these blend very easily. Yep, looking good. I'm going to use the silver shimmer in the palette called Independent to be the base of the Pastel Roses pigment, and I'm not doing anything special, cut crease or anything, just using my finger and placing it here. Beautiful silver. I don't want to be like super precise today. Kind of make a messy eye look, if you know what I mean. Even this silver is so beautiful, but I want to use my Pastel Roses pigment. So these are the Pastel Roses chameleon pigments. Chameleon flakes, or what do you want to call them. I'll use my NYX glitter primer. And then I'll take them. Flat brush round from Beauty Bay. This is their OG shader. I'm going to work the glue into the brush in the back of my hand and then dab it on. And then I'll use the same brush to take the pigment. It's less fallout when you use a brush that has a glitter primer in it. I don't want it to be like bam on your face. Just some sparkle. I'm still not happy with it though. I was such a stupid to use that glue brush because now all the pigment is glued on the lid of the jar, so don't do that. Anyway, then I'll take more glitter glue and do the other eye. So if you dab it like that and work the glue into the brush, it doesn't remove the shadow underneath so easily. Sometimes these Pastel Roses jars are annoying, like they're not giving enough product. It has the tiny holes on there, so which is good, so that when you open it, the pigment doesn't fly everywhere. And if you even drop it when it's open, you don't, lose tons of pigment because of the disperser. Like you can see there's a little holes in it. How come this eye became a lot better than the other eye? Let's try to add a more glue to the other eye. Just a little bit. And then there we go. So it was better to do with a finger than brush with a glue. I don't know how much you can see it, but that is beautiful. So it's Pastel Roses Chameleon Flake Pigment in the shade Aquamarine. I think this looks very beautiful. I might add a black liner and, you know, kind of do a sharp edge for it. But now I'm going to take a break and then I'll come do the base with you. I probably do the liner too when not filming because it's a messy process. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, so I did the wing, they're not the same, and I used the color correction. I used the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Corrector today, and now I'm going to use the foundation. So this is the Sheglam Infinite Hydrating Foundation, and I have the shade Shell. And since last time I used a brush, I'm going to use a sponge today. And this is if I remember right, it's the pages say it's a medium coverage. This probably makes it more sheer using the sponge than using a brush, because the sponge kind of soaks in some of the product and brush doesn't. Yeah, looks pretty good. So you can use sponge or brush to apply. Then I'll take some more and put it to my neck. I'll use the Beauty Bay in the Buff foundation brush. This is also maybe a tad bit too light shade for me. I'm not, you know, testing the color in my neck because my neck has the scar tissue and many times the flare up, so it would give a wrong result. And then the concealer. So this was their it doesn't say here, but it's a full coverage concealer, and I have the shade Vanilla. Okay, so I'm noticing now that I don't take a lot of time before starting to blend. It gets harder to blend. So you can still see the redness in my face even with the color correction. I'm going to use the NYX Wonder Stick. And then I'm going to use the Sheglam bronzer, Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour in the shade Golden Sun as a bronzer. It's just, where's my brush. Here. Oh yeah. Remember to shake. I'll shake the blush at the same time. And I use quite a lot because many times when you put powder on, it takes some of the, you know, it tones it down a bit. This blends quite easily. Not as easy as some others on my collection, but it's not hard to blend either. Okay, and then the blush. This is the Sheglam Colored Bloom Liquid Blush in the shade Devoted. And yes, I have used this already, but I decided not to do that. I mean, publish that video because I didn't like the look that I had in it. So this looks scary first, but like I said, when you use the powder, it tones it down. And of course, you don't have to use a lot, as much as I did. I just happen to love blush. Okay, it blended nicely. Beautiful shade. Yep, recommend. I'm going to use the Sheglam Color and Sculpt Stick, the highlighter side. So I haven't tried it yet. It's a golden highlighter, I think. Let's see. I'm just using my finger to blend. Yeah, it's pretty, but it's quite subtle. But yeah, that was all the face products that I'm showing you. Of course, look at the skin or what it looks like now. I'm trying to remember to do the checkup, and my chin is bad. It's not because of the foundation. So yeah, I'll come back with the finished look. Okay, here's the finished look today, using some Sheglam products and some other products. First, I used the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Lipstick in the shade 160 Mover, a dark brown lipstick. And then I used, of course, the Sheglam Ambitious Aquarius eyeshadow palette. I mean, this blends so easily and nicely, and the shades are good. And even though I did a light look, you can deepen it up with the black here if you want to. So yeah, I like this palette a lot. And then I used the Skinfinity Hydrating Foundation. I'm doing the wear test for you, and the concealer. I'm doing a wear test to you. I'll film a short clip at the evening before I take my makeup off, that how has it worn during the day. But earlier when I have used this, it wears pretty nicely. And then yeah, the skinny brow pen, still buy it's worth it. And then for waterline I used the Sheglam Color Crush gel liner. It's blue, but it doesn't have a shade name anywhere, so I don't know what the shade name is. I used the Color and Sculpt Stick, the highlighter side today. It's very subtle. You could probably build it up, but I didn't even try to, because golden highlighters really are not my thing. And then I used, of course, the liquid blush and liquid, well, this says it's a contour, but I use it as a bronzer. So the bronzer was in the shade Golden Sun, or the Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour is the name of the product. And then the Color Bloom Liquid Blush in the shade Devoted. And these are both very nice. You can see clearly still it even after powdering. And I used the Step Toms highlighter, so it's quite blinding, but yeah. But these blend quite easily, and the shades are beautiful. One thing I want to say, by the way, about the concealer, that don't leave it to your face long before you blend it, because it comes hard to blend. And then the Pastel Roses Aquamarine Flake, Chameleon Flake, or what they call it. Very beautiful shade. I'm not sure if I can capture it to the video how beautiful it really is, but yeah. And I think I have now 14 of these pigments, and they are beautiful. Lashes are the House of Lashes Iconic Lashes. I'm totally fell in love with them, and I wanted a bit longer on the outside, because I did the wing. Earrings are from Shein also. And remember, I link all the products, of course, to the description box. You'll find it there. If you see some weird looking short links, they are the affiliated links. I have just made a shorter version of the link, so I have more space in the description box, because if I use the very long links, it takes a lot of space, and it may happen that I can't get everything in the description box. So the short links that look little shady are the affiliated links, of course, and yeah, there's nothing sketchy about them. They just take you to the shop page where I'm affiliated. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe. Throw me a comment. What do you think about this look? Have you bought Sheglam? Are you going to buy Sheglam? So yeah, that's all today, and see you next time. Bye! Okay, I'm doing the checkup now. It's almost 9 p.m. and I did the makeup around 10 a.m. So it's been on my face almost 12 hours, and it has separated. My chin is looking very bad, but that is not because of the foundation. It's just my skin. And as you can, well, the mask has rubbed some of them on my face, but as you can see, it has separated somewhat. But I rarely keep makeup on this long. I have added lipstick once after the first application, so that Maybelline lipstick is really good. The eyes look very good also. But yeah, that's all. Bye.